The roar of engines filled the air as thousands of fans packed the grandstands of the world's most iconic racing circuit. Cameras flashed, commentators shouted excitedly, and the atmosphere felt electric. But this wasn't a normal Formula One race. This was a once-in-a-lifetime showdown between two of the greatest football legends the world has ever seen, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. For years, fans had argued endlessly about who the greatest footballer was. Debates raged in stadiums, on television, and across social media. But this time the rivalry had moved beyond the football pitch. Today, the battlefield was the racing track, and instead of boots and balls, the two legends would compete with high-speed Formula One machines. The moment both athletes stepped into the racing arena, the crowd erupted. Cristiano Ronaldo walked with his usual confidence, calm and focused, his competitive spirit visible in every step. Lionel Messi followed shortly after, quiet but determined, his eyes fixed on the track ahead. This race wasn't just about speed. It was about pride, rivalry, and proving who had the stronger mentality when everything was on the line. As the race preparations began, fans quickly noticed something interesting. Messi's car was a bright red Ferrari Formula One machine, one of the fastest and most powerful cars ever built. Its engine roared like a wild beast, and its aerodynamic design promised incredible speed on every straight and corner. Ronaldo, however, was given a much slower car. Compared to Messi's Ferrari, Ronaldo's vehicle looked outdated and underpowered. Some spectators whispered that the race was already decided before it even started. Commentators began discussing the difference. "Messi clearly has the advantage today," one announcer said. "That Ferrari engine is one of the most powerful machines on the grid. Ronaldo will have to perform a miracle to keep up," another added. But Ronaldo simply smiled. He had faced challenges his entire life. From a small island in Madeira to becoming one of the greatest athletes in history, he had built his career by overcoming obstacles. A slower car wasn't going to break his spirit. The drivers climbed into their cockpits. Mechanics rushed around making final adjustments. The tension in the air grew heavier with every passing second. 5 red lights appeared above the starting line. The engines screamed. 3, 2, 1. Lights out. The race exploded into action as both cars launched forward with incredible acceleration. Messi's Ferrari immediately surged ahead, its powerful engine propelling him down the first straight like a rocket. Ronaldo pushed his car to the absolute limit, gripping the steering wheel tightly as he chased behind. His car struggled to match the Ferrari speed, but he refused to slow down. Lap after lap, Messi maintained the lead. The Ferrari moved smoothly through corners, perfectly balanced and incredibly fast. Messi drove with precision, controlling the race exactly the way he wanted. Meanwhile, Ronaldo pushed harder and harder. His car vibrated as he tried to extract every bit of performance from it. The gap between them grew slightly with each lap. But Ronaldo refused to accept defeat. With incredible determination, he accelerated even more on a long straight section of the track. The engine screamed at maximum power as he tried to close the distance. Then suddenly, disaster struck. As Ronaldo entered a sharp corner at extremely high speed, his tires lost grip. The car slid sideways, spinning violently across the track before crashing into the safety barrier. The crowd gasped. Smoke rose from the damaged car as marshals rushed to the scene. Thankfully Ronaldo climbed out unharmed, but the race was over for him. Messi continued driving and crossed the finish line as the winner. The stadium erupted in celebration. Messi stepped out of his Ferrari smiling confidently. Cameras surrounded him as reporters asked questions about the race. He laughed lightly and said, "It looks like racing is not Ronaldo's sport." Fans reacted instantly. Some cheered, others debated. The rivalry had just grown even more intense. But while the celebration continued at the track, Ronaldo quietly left the stadium. He didn't argue. He didn't complain. Instead, he began planning. Ronaldo traveled back to his hometown, far away from the cameras and noise. There, he spent time reflecting on what had happened. He knew the truth. He hadn't lost because of lack of effort. He had lost because his machine wasn't strong enough. And that could be fixed. One day, while visiting a racing workshop, Ronaldo met a group of engineers from the Red Bull racing team. They were impressed by his determination and competitive mindset. After hearing his story, they decided to help him. Together they began working on a brand new Formula One car. Day and night, the engineers designed the machine. They studied aerodynamics, adjusted engine performance, and built a car capable of incredible speed and control. Ronaldo didn't just watch the process. He trained like an athlete preparing for a championship. He practiced reaction time. He studied racing lines. He learned how professional drivers control high-speed cars through dangerous corners. Weeks passed. The car slowly took shape. Its design looked futuristic, sleek, aggressive, and unbelievably fast. The Red Bull engineers had created something special. Finally, the day came to test the machine. Ronaldo climbed into the cockpit and started the engine. The roar was louder and more powerful than anything he had driven before. He accelerated onto the track. Within seconds it became clear, this car was a monster. It cornered with precision. It accelerated like lightning. It was exactly what Ronaldo needed. The news quickly spread across the sports world. Cristiano Ronaldo was returning to the racing circuit. And this time, he wanted a rematch with Lionel Messi. The announcement instantly went viral. Fans everywhere began discussing the upcoming race. Could Ronaldo really come back and defeat Messi? Or would Messi prove once again that he was unbeatable? The day of the rematch finally arrived. The stadium was even more crowded than before. Millions of viewers around the world tuned in to watch the legendary rivalry continue in a completely different sport. Messi returned with his Ferrari, confident after his previous victory. But when Ronaldo arrived, everything felt different. His new Red Bull racing car looked faster, sharper, and far more powerful than his previous machine. The crowd sensed that this race would be unforgettable. Once again the drivers prepared at the starting grid. Engines roared. The tension built. 5 red lights appeared. 3, 2, 1. Lights out. Both cars exploded forward. This time, however, the race looked completely different. Ronaldo's Red Bull car launched with incredible acceleration, matching Messi's Ferrari instantly. The two machines raced side by side into the first corner, neither willing to back down. Lap after lap, the battle intensified. Messi drove with his usual calm precision, defending his position perfectly. Ronaldo attacked aggressively, looking for any opportunity to overtake. At one moment Messi pulled ahead on a straight. At another moment Ronaldo caught up through a series of fast corners. The crowd stood on their feet, watching one of the most dramatic races ever imagined. On the final laps, everything came down to one last opportunity. As they approached the longest straight of the circuit, Ronaldo activated the full power of his car's engine. The Red Bull machine surged forward like a rocket. Slowly, inch by inch, Ronaldo pulled alongside Messi's Ferrari. The two cars raced wheel to wheel at breathtaking speed. Then, just before the final corner, Ronaldo made the decisive move. He overtook Messi. The crowd erupted. Messi pushed hard to respond, but there was no time left. Moments later, Ronaldo crossed the finish line first. Victory! The stadium exploded with cheers. Ronaldo stepped out of the car, raising his arms as the crowd celebrated the incredible comeback. Messi arrived seconds later and stepped out of his Ferrari. Instead of anger, he smiled. He walked toward Ronaldo and shook his hand. Because in the end, the race had proven something bigger than rivalry. It showed that determination, resilience, and hard work can turn defeat into victory. Fans around the world celebrated the incredible battle between two legendary competitors. Some supported Messi. Some supported Ronaldo. But everyone agreed on one thing. This had been one of the most thrilling races ever imagined. Two football icons. One incredible track. And a rivalry that proved greatness isn't just about winning the first time, it's about rising again after falling. The engines slowly went silent as the sun set over the racing circuit. But the story of Ronaldo and Messi's Formula One battle would continue to live in the hearts of fans everywhere. Because legends never stop competing. And the greatest champions never stop fighting for victory.